Hey everyone, just want to let you know that I'm going to be a part of the new Odd Ones Out card game, Cafe Chaos. However, if you want my cards and the cards of all of my friends in the Animator expansion pack, then you gotta go over and support the Kickstarter campaign. There's only a few days left, so you gotta hurry, and this is the only chance to get the Animator expansion pack. I'll leave a link in the description below. Best of luck in the food fight, and on to the video. Good morrow, explainers and entertainers. I hope your gardens are thriving and your mental state is relatively still intact. As many of you have pointed out in the last video, my place of residence has changed. I've been upgraded, as it were. I got a treehouse. You know, up. That was the joke. My dream of becoming the Witch of the Woods has finally been realized. Well, at least for me. Toon Becca, that is. Live-action Becca has a different living situation.
I sleep at this desk.
Since a lot of you were so excited, I thought I might quickly show you around. Been doing a lot of DIY during quarantine, ever since I stumbled upon the place. Oh, funny story there. I was cavorting about alone in the woods, as one does, on one of my slowly slipping into madness nature walks, when I came upon this abandoned treehouse high up in the branches of this massive tree. That was quite a climb, let me tell you. When I got to the top, it looked like the place had been abandoned for decades, and in the middle of the floor, I found this note. It said, "Light no longer fills this home. These haunted woods are catalysts for the demons and ghosts that torment me. I must leave this place. May no living footfall be heard upon these floorboards again." I got a frame for it. And in my mind, this gives me full liberty to claim finders keepers. My treehouse now! So, shall we? A high-tech elevator system fashioned together by yours truly. And also, it's fun. To the heavens! Admittedly, there are some drawbacks to the design. Only holds one person, takes multiple trips if I have a lot of groceries, and then there's the perpetual threat of a multi-story fall. Fortunately for me, I'll just land with a thud and leave a me-shaped hole in the ground. One of the advantages of being a toon, I suppose. Here we are on the front porch. Good spot for sunbathing at the right time of day, though honestly I could never do a thing with this fair complexion of mine. Oh. Been thinking about getting one of those fancy doorbell cameras, though no one is offering to come visit, even after this quarantine business. Can't imagine why. I want all the local kids to call me the Witch of the Woods and tell stories about how I'll steal your toes if you get too close to my house. It is a mystery. Wipe your feet, please. Oh, and if you're wondering why the place looks different than the last video, yeah, sorry about that. I was in the middle of painting it. The whole thing is still a bit of a work in progress. But I'd like to think that I'm following the example of good old Uncle Walt when he said, "Disneyland will never be completed." So you'll forgive me if some of the rooms aren't ready or the animatronics get a little confrontational. Never mind that, let's continue. This is the living room. I find there's nothing better than kicking back in a big old easy chair with a roaring fire warming your feet, either doing a little drawing or engrossing oneself in a good book. I will say, when the wind blows outside, this room does tend to make noises. A little spooky at night, but yeah, I enjoy it. It's very atmospheric. I mean, it's just the wind, right? Ah, well, moving on. Here's a fancy little room you may remember from the last video. My own home theater, complete with an extensive collection of films and cartoons as far back as the 1910s. Took a lot of digging to find them, too. Still on the search for some lost gems here and there, but it makes me feel like a modern-day cultural archaeologist. Some of you may be wondering, "Rebecca, why don't you just get a normal TV with a bunch of streaming services?" And to that I say, leave me alone. I have a computer for all that. And besides, there's something remarkably nostalgic about the clatter of an old projector. Wind. Shall we venture upstairs? Here we have the sleeping place, also known as my room. I tell you, nothing beats sitting in bed by candlelight just listening to the sounds of the forest at night. I made the bed frame myself. The branches are from this forest, in fact. You see, what happened was... that storm sounds close. Whoa! How lucky am I? They smell like burning. So like I said, Oodalollies, the place is still a work in progress, so that's all the rooms I have ready for you right now. But I will show you one more before we go. Dreams really do come true because... Wi-Fi and a sauna, baby. Now I've had a long day, so I'm just gonna sit in here and relax for a while. You can chill yourself out, I'm sure. Just straight out the front door. Though watch out for that first step. It's a Lulu. Thank you so much for tuning in, but now I gotta tune out. Bye!